One of the most common questions we get from parents goes something like this. Wait, that's it? And honestly, it's such a great question because every other healthcare experience has trained us to believe that longer means better. Physical therapy might be an hour, occupational therapy might be 45 minutes, speech therapy could be another hour. So when you watch your child receive a chiropractic adjustment that takes less than 2 minutes, it's natural to wonder if enough actually happened. But what if we've been measuring the wrong thing the whole time? What if healing isn't about how long someone spends working on the body? What if it's about delivering the right input to the nervous system at the right time? Because a neurologically focused adjustment isn't short because it's doing less. It's short because of how quickly and powerfully the nervous system responds to precise information. And once you understand what's actually happening during those few minutes, you'll never look at chiropractic care the same way again. This conversation reminds me of a story from a level 3 NICU. A newborn had experienced a difficult birth and significant stress to his upper neck and nervous system. Unlike most situations, this baby was connected to monitors measuring everything in real time: heart rate, breathing, oxygen levels. The medical team could literally watch the nervous system respond. After receiving a gentle chiropractic adjustment, something incredible happened. His body relaxed, breathing improved, heart rate settled, oxygen levels improved. The change wasn't happening because someone spent an hour working on him. It happened because his nervous system received the right input. And while most children aren't connected to hospital monitors when we adjust them, we see this same principle play out every single day. The first thing to understand is that an adjustment is probably not what most people think it is. A lot of people think chiropractic is about bones or joints or getting something to crack, but the adjustment isn't really about the sound. In fact, the popping noise some people hear is simply gas releasing from the joint. It doesn't tell us whether the adjustment worked. The real goal is neurological. Every joint in the spine is packed with receptors that constantly send information up to the brain. Those receptors tell the brain where the body is in space, how much tension is present, how the body's moving, how it's adapting to stress. When we deliver a specific adjustment, we're creating a precise neurological input. That information travels from the spine up to the brainstem, cerebellum, and higher centers of the brain, where it can help improve communication and regulation throughout the body. For babies and children, this is done with an incredibly gentle amount of force, often less pressure than you'd use to test the ripeness of an avocado. No twisting, no force, no aggressive movements, just a specific neurological input delivered exactly where it's needed. So, how can something that small affect the entire body? Because the nervous system controls the entire body. Sleep, digestion, immune function, sensory processing, emotional regulation, focus, behavior, and development, all of it runs through the nervous system. One of the first places that the adjustment influences is the brainstem. The brainstem is like the body's command center. It helps regulate heart rate, breathing, digestion, stress responses, and autonomic function. It's also where the vagus nerve originates. The vagus nerve is one of the most important pathways involved in calming the body down and helping a child shift out of fight or flight mode. And if you've been following us for a while, you know that's exactly where many of our kids are stuck. Their nervous systems aren't broken, they're overwhelmed. They're running with the gas pedal pressed down and the brake pedal barely working. The adjustment helps provide the nervous system with better information so it can begin regulating itself more effectively. And when regulation improves, parents often notice changes in things that seem completely unrelated. Sleep improves, digestion improves, sensory challenges become more manageable, emotional regulation improves because we're not chasing symptoms, we're supporting the system that controls all of those symptoms. Now, here's the part that surprises most parents. The adjustment itself is not where the healing happens. The adjustment is the catalyst. The healing happens afterwards. Think about it like going to the gym. You don't build muscle while you're lifting the weight. You build muscle while your body recovers afterward. The adjustment works similarly. The adjustment provides the input, then the brain spends the next several hours and days adapting, integrating, and reorganizing. That's why a child doesn't need 30 or 60 minutes of adjustment time. In fact, for many dysregulated children, that would be too much input. Their nervous system is already overloaded, and the goal isn't to give them more sensory information. The goal is to give them the right information. Sometimes less is actually more. This is also why frequency matters so much. The nervous system changes through repetition, not through one giant intervention, not through one marathon appointment, through consistent, specific input over time. Think about how a child learns to walk or talk or ride a bike. The brain changes through repetition. The same thing is true when we're helping the nervous system heal and adapt. A few minutes of precise care several times per week often creates far greater change than one long appointment every few weeks. Because the brain needs consistent reminders, consistent opportunities to practice a healthier pattern, consistent opportunities to regulate. That's where lasting change comes from. One of the reasons we're able to personalize care so effectively is because we don't guess. At Physis Chiropractic in Dallas, we use advanced insight scans to measure nervous system function. These scans help us see patterns of stress, tension, and dysregulation that otherwise remain invisible. We look at heart rate variability, surface EMG, thermal scans, and what's fascinating is that two children with the exact same diagnosis can have completely different nervous system patterns, which means they may need completely different care plans. The scans help us identify where stress is showing up, how severe it is, and how the nervous system is responding over time. That allows us to make decisions based on objective data rather than assumptions. So, if you've ever watched your child's adjustment and thought, wait, that's it? Now you know. The power isn't in how long the adjustment takes, the power is in the neurological response it creates afterwards. Because when the right input reaches the right part of the nervous system at the right frequency, incredible things can happen. If your child has been through therapy after therapy, supplement after supplement, and you're still looking for answers, we'd love to help. At Physis Chiropractic in Dallas, we use insight scans and neurologically focused chiropractic care to get to the root cause of nervous system stress and dysregulation. Click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or schedule an appointment with our team. Your child doesn't need another label. They need answers, and those answers often start with the nervous system.